Disclaimer: this is a work of fiction created for entertainment purpose only, not affiliated with BTS or Big Hit Entertainment. Characters and storylines are fictional and for entertainment purpose only. If you are homophobic, then please just leave. Tigers Bunny promote respect and kindness. The hell was burning red that night. The sky was covered in dark flames, the ground trembling with the screams of demons and angels clashing in the war. At the very center of the battlefield stood Taehyung, the king of hell, his long black cloak flogged behind him, his right eyes glowing like fire itself. He was feared by every soul. For thousands of years he had ruled hell with ruthless power. No one could stand against him, yet inside him there was a hollow space, a bond he never found his mate. Taehyung is glowing his deep voice. Were you? Why I have not I found you? I have waited thousands of years. He held his sword tightly, glaring at the army of heaven that dared to enter his kingdom. An angel commander shouted from above, King of Hell, today your region ends. Taehyung, smirking coldly. Then come and try. I will show you what hell really means. The battle began. Swords clashed, fire burned the ground, wings tore through the air. Taehyung fought like a storm, destroying anyone who came near him. But then a golden spear of light, thrown by the strongest warrior of heaven, pierced his chest. He staggered, his demons screamed in panic, blood dripped down his lips, his knees getting the burning ground. Taehyung whispering bitter but calm, so this is it. Thousands of years and still I couldn't meet my mate. A tear, just one, fell from his crimson eyes. For the first time the king of hell looked fragile. The demons rushed to him. Your Majesty, they cried, but his body was already breaking apart, his soul burning in dark fire. Taehyung voice waiting almost a plea. If fate is real, let me be reborn. Let me meet him just once. And with that his body turned into ashes, the hell trembled, mouthing its king. But the demons remembered the prophecy. The king of hell would not vanish forever. He would return reborn, stronger than before. The war ended that night. The angels retreated, fearful of the darkness that lingered even without a king. Hell fell into silence. The throne stood empty, yet deep inside the black flames of the underworld a spark of life formed. A baby's cry echoed softly through the palace of hell. A newborn with dark curls, tiny hands, and glowing red eyes. The demon gasped. He is back. They whispered, Our king has returned in reborn form. They bowed down to the baby, protecting him with their lives. But the little one cried and cried, restless as if something or someone was missing. Far above in heaven, Jungkook, a young angel, walked along borders. His white wings shone softly, his doe eyes full of innocence. He was curious, always wondering where he wasn't supposed to. Jungkook muttering to himself, pouting, but I want to see why. Why so scary about it? As he stepped further, he suddenly slipped, falling through a crack of fire that connected heaven and hell. Jungkook gasped, landing in the burning land. His eyes widened. Everything was dark and dangerous, but strangely beautiful. Then he heard it, the soft cry of a baby. He followed the sound and stopped when he saw demons gathered around a crib. Inside it was a baby with glowing eyes staring straight at him. The moment their eyes met, Jungkook froze. His heart skipped a beat. His wings trembled. Jungkook holding his chest, whispering in shock, Mate, he's my mate. The baby suddenly stopped crying. Tiny hands reached out, demanding to be held. Jungkook's feet moved on their own. He picked him up, and the baby instantly clung to him, snuggling against his chest. The demon stared in awe. Demon General. So it's true. Even Reborn, our king, found his mate instantly. Baby suddenly whimpers when Jungkook tried to put him down, his little fist clenching. Jungkook stopped tightly. His tiny face frowned almost like a warning. Don't leave me. Jungkook blushing, hugging his closer. It's okay, baby. I won't go anywhere. The demons nodded to each other. Demon Elder. The king has chosen. Angel, you can't leave. You will raise him until he grows into the king again. You are his mate. Jungkook eyes wide, panicking. Mate, raise him, but he's just a baby, and I'm an angel. I can't stay in hell forever. Baby Taehyung crying loudly, refusing to let go. Go. Jungkook softly smiling despite his nerves. Fine, I will stay. I will take care of you, my baby. The demons thought the king of hell had returned, and his angel mate had accepted the bond. And so it began the strange, forbidden, fated story of a young angel raising the reborn king of hell who refused to let go of his mate. The palace of hell has never been seen a strange sight before. Demons who once bowed to terrifying ruthless king were now quietly watching their ruler rule on the shoulder of a young angel. Baby Taehyung had refused to be put down since the moment Jungkook picked him up. Even now, hours later, he clung tightly to Jungkook's robe, his tiny fist holding on like his life depended on it. Jungkook patting his back, sighing softly. Ego, you are not letting me go. Home, my little cola. Baby Taehyung let out a soft noise, putting his chubby face against Jungkook's chest. Demon General whispering, he won't even look at us anymore, only the angel. Demon Elder smiling knowingly. It is his mate bond. Even as a child, the king's soul recognized him. Jungkook blinking, looking down at the baby sucking on his robe. Jungkook, mate, my mate, his cheeks turning red. But you are so tiny. How can you be my mate already? Baby Taehyung only answered by tugging Jungkook's shirt and snuggling closer, as if saying mine. The next day, Jungkook was given a golden cup of milk to feed the baby. He tried using a small bottle, but baby Tai refused, crying loudly. Jungkook panicking, bouncing him in his arms. Don't cry, my baby, drink a little. Baby Taehyung turned his head away, his lips pouting, tears pooling in his red eyes. Demon made, give me just maybe he just want to be. Jungkook's eyes widened. Jungkook started stumbling, but I am the maid board light. Inhale mates can give nourishment if the bond is strong. The baby Tai chooses anyone else, only you. Jungkook looked down at baby Tai, who was crying so hard his tiny body shook. Jungkook's heart broke. He shoved his hands before his nose. Jungkook softly whispered, fine, this one, baby, don't cry anymore. Baby Tai immediately latched on, calming down. Within seconds, his hands touched Jungkook's chest, his eyes closing in fear. Jungkook's face turned crimson, tears forming in his own eyes. Jungkook stroking his hair, whispering shakily, Ego, you are really mine, are not you? You won't even let me go for a moment. The demon silently turned away, giving their king and his angel privacy. Days turned into weeks. Jungkook learned how to feed, clean, and comfort baby Taehyung, but there was no one problem. Taehyung hated when anyone else touched Jungkook. One afternoon, a young demon servant brought fruits for Jungkook. Demon servant, shyly, Angel, you must be tired. Please rest. I can carry the king for a while. Before Jungkook could reply, baby Tai crawled, yes, crawled, like a tiny wolf cub. His red eyes narrowed, his chubby fist tightening around Jungkook's collar. Baby Taehyung loud wail, mine. Jungkook gasped, dropping him quickly. Jungkook going, I'm yours, baby, don't cry. But I didn't stop. He clung tighter, glaring at the demon servant like a jealous little dragon. Demon servant, backing away, sweating nervously. I understand. Forgive me, Your Majesty. Jungkook signed, kissing the top of Taehyung's head. Jungkook pouting softly. You are just a baby, but you already get jealous. What will you do when you grow up? Baby Taehyung's nipple finally calming, pressing his tiny mouth against Jungkook's skin as if marking him. Everywhere Jungkook went, baby Taehyung followed. When Jungkook tried to eat, Tai crawled onto his lap. When Jungkook tried to sleep, Tai crawled onto his chest. When Jungkook tried to take bath, well, let's just say Jungkook had to bath while holding him because Tai screamed whenever separated. One night, Jungkook was exhausted, laying on the soft lap bed of palace by Tai laying on his chest, staring up at him with crying eyes that like never blinked. Jungkook's sleepy voice stroked his hair. Why did you stare at me like that, baby? Baby Taehyung tiny whispered the first word he spoke clearly. Maid. Jungkook's eyes widened, his face catched. Jungkook, heart racing, whispering back, yes, I'm your maid. Baby Taehyung smiled for the first time. A small curve of lips before closing his eyes and falling asleep against Jungkook's heartbeat. Jungkook lay awake, tears of confusion and warmth rolling down his cheeks. Jungkook softly to himself, you are my king, but you are also my baby. I will raise you, love you, protect you forever. The demons stand inside the chamber, bowed their heads listening. The prophecy was unfolding. The angel had accepted his role, and their king has claimed his mate even before growing up, and so the forbidden love between an angel and the king of hell depended, starting with one clingy, jealous, and impossibly adorable baby. Time skipped 6 years past in hell. The once tiny baby king had now grown into a small boy with messy dark curls, glowing red eyes, and a serious face that looked far too mature for his age. Taehyung was only 6, but everyone in hell already treated him like a royalty. He was their king reborn after all, yet there was one thing all the demons whispered about. He was cold to everyone except Jungkook. One morning, Jungkook was in the grand hall arranging flowers. The demon head bowed. He hummed softly, his white wings folded neatly behind him. Suddenly, two little arms wrapped tightly around his waist. Jungkook laughing softly. Echoed, you are awake, Taehyung, pounding muffled voice against his chest. Don't leave me alone again. Jungkook turned, crouching down to look at him, Ty's red eyes glaring up at him, but the moment Jungkook smiled, his anger melted and he buried his face into Jungkook's neck. Jungkook stroked in his hair. I was only gone for a minute, baby. You're getting so big now, but still acting like my Koala. Taehyung muttered, clinging tighter. I will always be your Koala, only yours. Later that day, a young demon knight entered to report something. Demon knight warning. Your Majesty, Angel Jungkook, the waters are safe. I wanted to ask if you needed any protection on your evening walk. Before he could finish, Lil Taehyung stepped in front of Jungkook, glaring fiercely. Taehyung, sharp, rude tone. Don't look at him. Don't talk to him. He don't need you. The knight froze, sweat dripping down his temple. Jungkook gently holding Taehyung's shoulder tight. That's true. He's just trying to help. Taehyung pouting, hugging Jungkook tightly. I can protect you, only me. Don't need anyone else. Jungkook signed, but his heart warmed at the boy's possessiveness. Jungkook kissing Taehyung's forehead softly. Okay, my little king, you will protect me always. The knight quietly bowed and left, relieved. Everyone in hell already knew if they even glanced at Jungkook too long, the young king's wrath would follow. That night, Jungkook tried to put Taehyung on his own bed. Jungkook smiling gently. You are growing up, Tae. Big boys sleep on their own now. But Theon's eyes widened in panic. Theon shaking his head furiously. No, I won't sleep without you. Jungkook signed, tucking him in anyway. He kissed his forehead and started to leave, but suddenly tiny hands grabbed his wrist. Theon, eyes shooting up, whispering angrily, don't you dare leave me, Jungkook. You are my mate. Jungkook froze. The word hit him like lightning. I had said it before as a baby, but now he said it with meaning. Jungkook softly leaning beside him. Tai, did you understand what mate means? Theon's serious face nodding firmly. It means you are mine forever and I am yours. No one else can have you. Jungkook's heart squeezed painfully. This was still a child, yet the bond was strong and he stroked Theon's cheeks gently. Jungkook whispering emotional, yes baby, I am yours, always yours. Theon smiled in satisfaction, tucked Jungkook onto the bed and curled tightly against him like a little kitten. Theon's sleepy voice possessive woman in a dream. Mine, only mine. Jungkook lay awake for a while, watching his sleep, tears spilling down in his eyes. Jungkook softly to himself, what will happen when you grow up, Tai? You are already so possessive. How will I survive you as a king? But even as he whispered that, his arms tightened around the boy because he couldn't imagine letting him go either. The next day, two demon children tried to play with Jungkook in a courtyard. Demon child giggling, Angel Young, come play ball with us. Jungkook smiled warmly, bending down to them, but before he could answer, Taehyung appeared, stepping in front of Jungkook like a little guardian. His small hand grabbed Jungkook's, his eyes glaring at the children. Taehyung, cold voice, don't call him young, don't touch him, he's mine. The children backed away, frightened. Jungkook quickly lifted Taehyung into his arms. Jungkook gently scolding, Tae, you can't be mean like that. They just wanted to play. Taehyung, arms around his neck, stubborn. I don't care. I don't like anyone near you. I will punish them if they try again. Jungkook shivered a little at the seriousness in his voice. Even as a child, Taehyung carried the aura of the king of hell. But in Jungkook's arm, he was still soft, still just a clingy boy who only wanted his mate's love. That night, Jungkook brushed Taehyung's hair gently as he fell asleep. The boy's hand clutched his shirt, refusing to let go even in dreams. Jungkook, soft whisper, smiling with tears in his eyes. Sleep well, my little kitten. I will stay by your side forever. And though he didn't know what the future would hold, one thing was certain, Theon's possessiveness was only going to grow older. 17 years later, hell had changed, the flame burned brighter, darker, fiercer. Every demon bore lower than ever before. The young boy had grown into a man, Theon, 23 years old, tall as a tower, with broad shoulders, sharp jawline, and those glowing red eyes that could kill with a glance. He was the king of hell reborn, more terrifying than before, ruthless, merciless. His enemies trembled at his name, but behind the black throne there was a truth no one dared to speak. He belonged to one person alone, the angel his mate, his Jungkook. Inside the grand chamber, Jungkook sat quietly on the royal bed, brushing his long dark hair. His wings glowed faintly through now they were often hidden. Theung never let him step out of their palace with wings showing, afraid someone would try to take him away. The heavy doors opened and Theung entered, his long black coat dragged against the ground, his chest bare underneath, his aura suffocating. But the moment his eyes landed on Jungkook, they softened instantly. Theung walking closer, low voice full of hunger. Baby. Jungkook looked up, smiling nervously. He had lived with Taehyung all these years, raised him, loved him, and now he was his. But sometimes Taehyung's intensity still made his heart race uncontrollably. Jungkook softly, "You are back early from the council." Taehyung didn't answer. He cupped Jungkook's face in his large hand, leaning down to kiss him deeply. Taehyung gazed his lips possessive. "I miss you. The demons annoy me. The only peace I have is when I am inside you." Jungkook gasped softly, his cheeks burning red. Jungkook whining quietly. "Die, you already had me this morning." Taehyung growled, slowly pushing him down gently on the bed. Theon's dark eyes hovering over him. And I will have you again tonight. Every night you are mine, Jungkook, only mine. If I don't touch you, I go insane." Jungkook's mind flashed back to the day Theon turned 18. The boy he had raised had suddenly grown into a man overnight, taller than him, stronger, with a gaze that burned through his soul. That night Theon had whispered against his lips, "I have waited long enough. You raised me, you loved me, but now I will claim you properly. You are my mate, Jungkook." And he had. That night the angel becomes the kings in every way. Since then there had not been a single day Theon let Jungkook rest. The palace was often echoed with their cries, so no demon dared to mention it. The king was obsessed and no one would question it. Back in the present, Jungkook clung to Theon's shoulder as the king kissed down his neck, leaving marks all over his pale skin. Jungkook panting softly, "Tight, the servants will hear." Theon growling, biting lightly at his throat, "Let all of hell know you belong to me." Jungkook shivered both fear and love. He knew Theon meant every word. Theon's hands slid over Jungkook's face, feeling him impossibly close. Theon whispering harshly, pressing his forehead to Jungkook, "You raised me, angel. You fed me with your own body. You have me love. You gave me love when I was small and weak. Now I am strong, and I will spend eternity showing you you are mine." Jungkook's eyes watered. He kissed him softly, tenderly. Jungkook whispering back, voice trembling with love, "And I will always see you as my baby, even if you are king of hell now." Theon froze for a second, his chest tightening. He pressed his face into Jungkook's neck, holding him tighter. Theon Muffa's voice breaking slightly, "You are babies, only yours, mama, always." Later that night, Jungkook tried to sneak out to the balcony for some fresh air, but the moment he stepped out, a strong arm wrapped around his waist from behind. Theon, deep and annoyed voice, "Where were you going without me?" Jungkook laughing nervously, "Just outside, Tai. I wanted to see the stars." Theon pressing him against his chest, whispering possessively, "If you want to see stars, I will show you when I make love to you. Don't step out without me again." Jungkook's heart thumped loudly. No matter how possessive Theon was, he couldn't deny the warmth it gave him. He turned in his arm, hugging him back tightly. Jungkook softly smiling through tears. "I raised a monster, but he is my monster, my baby." Theon kissed him hard, crawling against his lips. Theon hoarse, almost desperate. "Say it again," Jungkook whispered softly. "My baby." Theon groaned, lifting him up and carrying him back to their bed. Theon with fire in his eyes. "Then your baby will remind you all night who you belong to." That night the flames of hell burned hotter, echoing with the sounds of their internal bonds. An angel who raised a baby king, now held captive by his love, a ruthless king who would never let his mate go. The castle halls of hell were filled with demon knew one wrong glance at the angel and their life would end, because the king was watching. Kim Theon, the ruthless ruler, had become infamous not only for his cruelty toward enemies, but also for the violent love he had for his mate. His obsession with Jungkook was beyond anything hell had ever witnessed. One morning, Jungkook entered the grand hall carrying a tray of food for Theon. His soft glow, his delicate beauty made every demon lower their eyes immediately. Except one, a young demon dared to peek just for a second. His mistake. Theon's crimson eyes snapped toward him instantly. His voice was low but sharp enough to cut through the bone. Theon growling, "Did you just look at him?" The hall froze. The demon dropped to his knees. "Demon, forgive me, your majesty. It was a mistake." Flames burst around him before he could finish his scream, echoed for only a moment before silence returned, leaving behind nothing but ashes. Jungkook gasped, rushing to Taehyung's side. You didn't have to. Taehyung grabbed Jungkook by the waist, pulling him into his lap right there on the throne. His deep voice trembled against Jungkook's ears. Taehyung darkly, I told you before, Bunny, no one looks at you, no one touches you, no one breathes near you, or they die. Jungkook blushing hard, whispering, you are too much sometimes. Taehyung smirking, brushing his lips against Jungkook's cheeks. Too much, no, Bunny, I will never be enough. Later in their chamber, Jungkook tried to scold him softly. Jungkook pouting, you scared everyone again. They are terrified of even stepping near me. Taehyung pinned him against the bed, eyes glowing red with desire. Taehyung, growling husky voice, good, they should be terrified because you are mine and I can't control myself when I think of losing you. Jungkook's heart pounded as Taehyung's lips devoured his neck, his hands sliding under the thin fabric of Jungkook's robe. Jungkook breathless, blushing. Tai, not here, you are too intense. Taehyung biting his lower lip, eyes dark. Bunny, I could spend every second inside you and it still wouldn't satisfy me. I crave you always. That night, Taehyung lost control completely. He kissed Jungkook until he was breathless, until his angel was trembling and whimpers beneath him. His hands roamed desperately, his lips leaving marks on every bit of exposed skin. Jungkook, soft whines. Tai, please lower. But Taehyung's hunger couldn't be slowed. His thirst were deep, rough, desperate, each one a reminder of his unending obsession. Taehyung panting, growling, mine, mine, say it, Bunny, you are mine. Jungkook, tears in his eyes, blushing, I'm yours, Tai, always yours. When Taehyung finally clasped against him, sweat dripping down his temple, Jungkook wrapped his arm around his neck gently. His voice was soft, tender, filled with love. Jungkook whispering, brushing Taehyung's hair back, my big scary king, but still my baby. Taehyung froze, his powerful body trembled at the words. His crimson eyes softened instantly, turning into the gaze by the little boy who once clung to Jungkook's chest. Taehyung hoarse whisper. Say it again, please, Bunny. Jungkook kisses for her sweetly. Jungkook smiling softly. You are my baby, Tai, always my baby. The king of hell, feared by all, buried his face into his angel's chest, holding him like he never wanted to let go. And in that moment, the ruthless ruler of hell was nothing more than Jungkook's precious boy baby. Time skipped. The skies above had cracked open for the first time in centuries. Beams of pure light pierced through the endless darkness. Angels descended, their white wings spreading wide, glowing with divine power. The demon trembled, bowing low. Even the fires of hell hissed against the holy brightness. At the center of it all, Jungkook stood. Jungkook, his soft aura growing brighter than ever. The angel's eyes were fixed on him. Angel soldier. Booming voice, John Jungkook, do you not belong here? You are an angel of heaven, not a prisoner of hell. Return to where you come from. The throne room erupted in whispers. Jungkook's hand trembled for a moment. His heart felt heavy, but before he could answer, a voice thundered darker than the deepest abyss. Taehyung, the king of hell, rose from his throne, his crimson eyes blazing with rage. Flames erupted around him, shadows twisting like serpents. Taehyung snarling, prisoner, prisoner, he's my mate, my soul, my everything, and you dare to come here to steal what's mine? The angels flinched at his voice, but their leader stood firm. Angel leader, you are the king of hell. Your bond with him is unnatural. Heaven will not allow it. Theon's aura exploded, making even his own demons collapse to the ground. His voice shook the entire hall. Theon gloating, unnatural. He is the only thing natural to me. No one, and no god, no angel, no heaven itself will take him from me. He raised his hand, fire forming in the burning spear. For the terrifying moment, it looked like Theon would tear the angels apart then and there. But before Theon could unleash his fury, Jungkook rushed forward, wrapping his arm around him tightly. Jungkook, desperate, soft voice. "Guy, stop, look at me." Theon froze his chest, having his eyes wide with rage. Jungkook cupped his face, forcing his crimson eyes to meet his own. Jungkook, teary voice shaking but firm. Listen to me. I don't want to go back. Not to heaven, not to them. My place is here. My place is with you. Theon, staggering, voice cracking. Bunny, they will never stop. They will keep coming. They will try to rip you away from me. Jungkook pressing his forehead to Theon's. Then let them try. I will fight them myself if I have to. I don't care if I am an angel. I choose you, Theon. I will always choose you. Tears burned in Theon's eyes, though his pride wouldn't let them fall. His arms brushed Jungkook's against him, like he would disappear if he let go. Taehyung hoarse whispered, "Mine, forever mine." Jungkook smiling through tears, "Yes, forever yours. Your angel, your bunny, your mate." The angel, seeing Jungkook's decision, faltered. Their leader lowered his weapon, his voice heavy with defeat. An angel leader. If this is truly your choice, Jungkook, then heaven will no longer claim you. With that, the light retreated. One by one, the angels vanished, leaving only the echo of their wings. The darkness of hell returned, wrapping the throne room in silence. Taehyung fell to his knees, pulling Jungkook down with him, his forehead pressed into the angel's chest. His voice trembled like a wounded child. Taehyung broken whispered, "Bunny, I was so scared, so close to losing you." Jungkook stroked his hair gently, pressing kisses to his crown. Jungkook softly, "Shh, my big scary king, you will never lose me. I am yours in light and in darkness, in heaven or in hell. Always yours." Taehyung looked up at him, his crimson eyes burning with raw love and desperation. He kissed Jungkook fiercely, pouring all his fear, relief, and obsession into the kiss until Jungkook was breathless. Jungkook smiling softly against his lips, whispering, "My baby." The king of hell, ruthless to all others, melted instantly, his body trembled, his lips pressing against Jungkook's palm. Taehyung whispering back, "Yours, baby, or forever." And as the flames of hell burned around them, their bonds stood unbroken, stronger than heaven, stronger than time skip. The flames of hell roared higher than ever that night. The throne room was filled with demons kneeling in reverence. For the first time in its endless history, hell was witnessing not one ruler but two. At the center stood Theon, the king of hell, cloaked in shadows, eyes burning crimson, and by his side, dressed in a flowing robe of midnight silk, visible was Jungkook, the angel who had chosen darkness for love. The demon high council knelt, voice echoing union. "Long live our king, long live our consort." Theon's grip on Jungkook's hand was tight, unyielding, his gaze terrifying to all others, softening only when it landed on his mate. Theon, crawling low, possessive. "Mine. Now the whole realms know it. You are mine to eternity, Bunny." Jungkook blushed, but this time his smile was soft as he leaned closer. Jungkook teasing, "Yes, my king, but don't forget, you are my baby." The demons gasped as Jungkook daring words, but Taehyung only spoke a flicker of boyish flashing in his ruthless features that night. The coronation ended, but the fire in Taehyung's heart did not. Inside the private chamber, he pressed Jungkook against the black velvet sheet, hovering over him like a predator starving for centuries. His kisses were rough, desperate, his hands roaming every inch of Jungkook's trembling body. Taehyung hoarse whisper, "Do you know how long I have waited for this, to make you mine in front of all, to claim you so no one will ever dare touch your shadow?" Jungkook's breath hitched as Taehyung's lips moved down to his neck, leaving marks, his fingers tangled in Taehyung's dark hair, pulling him closer. Jungkook softly smiling through his blush. "You already have me, Tai, all of me forever. You don't need to prove it." But Taehyung's crimson eyes glowed with need, his voice breaking with desperation. "Taehyung, against your skin, I will still prove you every night, every moment." The room filled with the sound of their bodies in mine, rough yet tender, desperate yet full of love. Taehyung worshipped Jungkook like he was both sin and salvation. And Jungkook, despite being claimed so fiercely, only held him tighter, stroking his face gently even as his body trembled. Jungkook, whispering against his lips, "My baby, my king, my everything." Those words undid Taehyung completely. He buried his face in Jungkook's neck, his slowing as his body shook with the raw emotion. Taehyung broken whispered, "Don't ever leave me, please." Jungkook cupped his face, kissed him with the warmth of heaven itself, and smiled through his tears. Jungkook, softly, "Never. I choose you, Taehyung. I will keep choosing you. I ever beyond forever." Their bodies moved together one last time, sealing their bond not just as king and consort, but as eternal soulmates. When the fire steamed and silence filled the chamber, Taehyung lay with his head resting on Jungkook's chest. His crimson eyes, once terrifying to all of hell, now looked like that of a child safe in their lover's arms. Jungkook stroked his hair gently, humming softly. Jungkook smiling down at him. "Sleep, my baby. Tomorrow we rule hell together." Taehyung closed his eyes, his lips curving into the faint smile. Taehyung humming, "As long as you are with me, hell will always feel like heaven." And so it was, the king of hell and his angel consort, bound by love, desire, and eternity, ruling the underworld side by side, their souls in mind forever. Time skip 5 years later, hell had changed under its ruler. The once chaotic land was now feared and respected, ruled by Taehyung and Jungkook, not just as king and consort but as legends. And now their legacy had grown. Two little boys, half demon and half angel, run through the black flamed gardens of the palace. Their eyes glow like their father's, but their soft laughter carried the sweetness of their mother. Jungkook stood by the balcony, smiling fondly as he watched them play. His beauty had only grown more radiant with time, and still untouchable, but behind him, arms wrapped around his waist, tightly chin buried against his neck, stood the king of hell himself. Theon glowed proud. "You're watching them too much. What about me?" Jungkook chuckled softly, leaning back into his embrace. Jungkook didn't tie. "They're our children. Don't be jealous." Theon snapping, "Jealous? I am. You are mine, just mine, and now even our bears want to steal your love away." As if on cue, their elder son, barely 7, ran into the chamber and jumped straight into Jungkook's arms, son pouting sweetly. "Papa, you promised to read me a story before bed." Jungkook smiling warmly. "Of course, baby, I will tuck you in tonight." Theon's eyes widened, scandalized. He grabbed Jungkook's arm possessively. Theon, snarling, "No, Bunny texts me in first, always." Jungkook blinked, half laughing, half excited. While their son struck his tongue out as Theon, "Son, Papa loves me more, Daddy." Theon's crimson eyes darkened instantly, sending chills through the room. Theon didn't just whisper, "Watch your mouth, boy. He's mine before he's yours." Jungkook quickly kissed Theon's cheeks to calm him down. Jungkook gentle, "Dai, he's just a child." But Theon's possessiveness only grew. He scooped Jungkook up by his head, intoning both their kids' shocked giggles. Theon crawling, "Story time is cancelled. Tonight he's mine." Theon, half asleep, mumbled possessively. "Theon, good. Don't ever forget you are mine until the end of all things." And with their children safe and their love unbreakable, the king of hell and his angel mate rule together, not just as lovers but as a family destined for eternity. The end.